There you are, existing, in your house that exists, with your pet that exists. And maybe in that existence you've heard of the Noosphere. But what is the Noosphere? Let's see. The Infomorph's Guide to the Noosphere. Episode: What is the Noosphere? When you experience the world around you, you do it through your senses. Senses carry experience information to the brain, where the mind processes it into a perception of reality. As pointed out by Lord Alfred Korzybski in his theory of general semantics, information in the mind is not the same thing as the physical reality that produced it. We have taken our first step into the Noosphere. Sensory information in the mind is ordered into the three dimensions that we recognize as space, creating an idea of a physical universe that we inhabit. However, this idea of a physical universe is just one moment, one point, in the Noosphere. Noetic points, ideas of a physical universe or moments, extend through time in a consciousness. We remember the past, we look forward to the future. The extension of noetic points into this line is the first dimension of the Noosphere: duration. The continuum of duration exists as several noetic points in the consciousness. However, these points are all generated by various experiences of one physical universe. Duration is just the first dimension of the Noosphere. From a consciousness's standpoint, what is called the present, several possible futures can be reached. The existence of these disparate future noetic points in a mind is what quantum mechanics calls the many worlds interpretation. The various timelines containing futures that may be reached, or pasts that could have produced the present idea of a physical universe, stretch out at right angles to the dimension of duration. This second dimension of the Noosphere is called probability. A consciousness views itself as moving through this plane in a single moment of a physical universe. Yet, the consciousness is much larger than a single moment. It is memory. It is expectation. A successful consciousness is prepared to accept several possible outcomes, and also to accept different chains of events leading to its present, given a suitable argument. Consciousness is smeared through these first two dimensions of the Noosphere. This idea has been controversially explored by theoretical physicist Roger Penrose. Duration and probability form a plane of ideas in the Noosphere, physical universes that our consciousness could inhabit, a plane of concrete information. Each point on this plane is one possible sensory experience based on a physical universe. These noetic points are not discrete. Just as in space, 1 inch or centimeter or foot or mile does not exist on its own, but is part of a continuum of space, information in the Noosphere exists as a continuum of information. The awareness of a consciousness gives relative order to noetic points, but the information flows together. Past, present, and future cannot be separated from each other into discrete moments, as demonstrated in the work of amateur physicist Peter Linz. The noetic points that surround the present in which a consciousness perceives itself existing are that consciousness's local noosphere. This is the part of the noosphere that the consciousness is smeared through, the ideas of a physical universe that seem likely to that consciousness. The edge of the area that these points cover is the horizon of the likely. Beyond this horizon is another area of noetic points, the ideas of a physical universe that the consciousness is aware of, but cannot conceive itself experiencing. The edge of this area is the horizon of the imaginable. The noosphere continues beyond this area, but for the consciousness, it is the realm of the unimaginable. So far, we have been talking about sensory information generated by experience of a physical universe. But is this all that the noosphere is? In biologist Vladimir Vernadsky's original conception of the noosphere, it is defined as the sphere of existence encompassing thought. Where in the noosphere is thought that is not about the physical universe we are occupying? To find out, we must look at the third dimension of the noosphere. The two dimensions of the noosphere we have discussed so far deal with concrete information, experience of a physical universe. Human thought includes information beyond this concrete experience, abstract thought. This abstract thought occurs at a right angle to the plane of the concrete in the dimension of meaning. Let us start at the plane of the concrete by experiencing ink on a page. We experience it as an image of blackness. We see the shape of the ink and read it as representing a sound that we would experience as ah. We see the shape of ink marks near the first ink mark, and we understand that it is part of the word apple. This calls to mind a whole set of sensory information that is not generated by our direct experience of the physical world, but by assigning meaning to what is being experienced in an abstract way, by interpreting it as a symbol. The abstract experience of what this symbol represents is connected to the context of our consciousness. Memories of apples are applied to it, and expectations of future apples. These associations occur further along on the dimension of meaning. This abstraction of a symbol we have experienced may be further abstracted to meaning we associate with apples in general. The apple is part of the fall harvest, so an experience of fall may be called to mind. The apple's traditional role in the stories of Adam and Eve or Snow White may also be evoked, a fall of another sort. These more intellectual associations occur even further along on the dimension of meaning. Further still, we find concepts that the apple represents. In Greek and Norse mythology, apples were the fruit that kept the gods young, so associations of immortality may appear. For some, apple pie is used as an ideal of America, and for them, the apple may call America to mind. These concepts, so far removed from the original ink on the page, occur very far along the dimension of meaning. Concepts so abstract that we may not even recognize their association with the apple occur at the farthest point along the dimension of meaning. In this case, the apple was one of the earliest trees to be cultivated. This may then produce within our minds deep associations of apples with power over nature and a gathering of community that such cultivation would require. As we travel along the dimension of meaning, as information becomes more abstract, the dimension contracts. Many noetic points in the plane of the concrete share noetic points as they are abstracted along the dimension of meaning. Abstract ideas are larger than their concrete counterparts. This causes the plane of the concrete to curve around the dimension of the abstract, giving the noosphere an actual spherical shape. This picture of the noosphere allows us a much larger conception of existence. A paradigm of reality that is based in a material, physical existence is called a hylic paradigm, from the Greek hyle, meaning matter. This sort of paradigm considers only individual points on the plane of the concrete, the skin of the noosphere. Using this proposed noetic paradigm, existence can be vastly expanded. This conception of the noosphere is just one idea, an idea that can itself be found in the noosphere. Other noetic paradigms are also in the noosphere, even paradigms that contradict this one. However, we can use this paradigm to explore the noosphere, to better understand this and other paradigms. We invite you to join us in this exploration with further episodes of the Infomorph's Guide to the Noosphere. Thanks for watching.